anyone notice that Christmas came really early this year? Or I guess last year, now that it's January of 2022. Hi, my name is Nikki and I'm with Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. Today we are playing with Paper Funday Challenges blog. Today is the first Wednesday of the month and they post a new challenge every month. This month's challenge is Anything Goes with the Twist of Starry Night. Sponsored by Fred, She Said, in Leanne's World. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Anything Goes part. And this is actually a stencil cut file that I got off of Fred, She Said's website. Now, this was a free cut file. And I have never cut a stencil out with my silhouette. So I am actually just using regular old paper. So this is cardstock, I guess not regular old paper, 110-pound cardstock. And I'm going to use it as a stencil today with Scrappa Sketch's sketch for December. Now, Scrappa Sketch is a free Facebook group that you can join, and she posts sketches really frequently. So I am going to use this stencil and just kind of brush it in. My goal is to kind of make this look like candy cane pillars. Now, I don't know if that's what it's going to look like. I'm hoping it's going to kind of look like candy cane pillars. So far, this is actually working pretty nicely. Now, one thing I will say, I got these brushes off of Amazon for super cheap. Now, A Cherry on Top and Scrapbook.com both have brushes available, but holy cow are they expensive. By all means, go ahead and purchase them. They are probably fantabulous. But I got this set of, I don't know, 20 for about 15 bucks compared to 20 for $40. So that's kind of what you pay for when you look at scrapbooking or mixed media specific product. It just kind of raises the price on it. But I will list the affiliate link if you do decide to go ahead and purchase them. And I'll also try to find the link for the ones that I purchased off Amazon that were a little bit cheaper, just to help you out. I know right after the holidays, budgets are tight. But I'm realizing this is definitely a tool that you need in your arsenal. I have tried those foam dome applicators from Scrapbook.com. And what happens when you're using them in stencils is, especially in real stencils, is that the foam itself gets caught on the plastic and rips the foam. And that's really frustrating to me. So I went ahead and I purchased these. And let me tell you, even though these were super cheap, I feel like this is getting so much better coverage than my dome applicators ever did. Now, if I decide I like the stencil, what I can do is get some stencil like paper-ish. It's like more like plastic. And I could cut it out. Well, I don't have any right now. And I am on a little bit of a spending freeze, like we've mentioned. So I decided to go to the cheap route. Because one, I didn't know if this would work well. Two, I have paper readily at hand. So I decide, oh no. Well, that is a bummer. I'm going to try to not get my hands all dirty with this ink by using the lid to hold the paper down for me. I am using mint tape from Scrapbook.com. Clearly I did not pay attention on that side because I really did not want to get the ink. So here is the reveal. Wow. That looks awesome, does it not? That looks fantastic. Okay, now, I think I'm going to extend the pattern. Gulp. Big gulp. And I'm going to try to line this up as best as I can. Okay. So I wonder if I need to flip it, because that's not quite lining up, is it? Okay. Let's see if I flip this. Nope. Sure doesn't. Let's see. It's got to match at some point, right? My sketch shows probably an 8x8 piece of paper. So I guess 8x8 is probably more like right here. I want to catch this part right there. Okay. Oh, I got it. Oh, wait. Right there. Okay, well, that's kind of cool knowing that I can line this bad boy back up. Okay, now being very careful of the side because I really don't want to do that again. Okay, and I'm just going to continue. Make it super dark along that line. Try to color match. Well, I guess it should be all the same color, right? Because it is the same ink pad I'm using. But this isn't taking hardly any time at all. So this is one way you can make your own pattern paper, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here today. Is I'm trying to make some candy cane stripes in the background. And I will show you the sketch here when I'm done with this part of it. Okay, I'm going to try to blend along this line just a smidge better. Maybe go down a little bit further. Really get this edge here. So did you guys have a good holiday? Mine was very relaxing, thankfully, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Fantastic. Now, I've heard it said that you can use something like this. It is a ink and pencil eraser to erase. Oh, look at that. It actually worked. Okay. Well, in that case, let me try some of these spots right here. I don't know, that looks like candy canes to me. What do you think? I think that looks awesome. This works okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try one more deal here. Try to get it to line up. So my sketch, it looks like an 8x8 block right here. So I'm okay with making it a little bit bigger. I love working off sketches. I don't know about you guys, but I love them. That looks good to me. Because I have this as a cut file, I'm just going to throw it away. Honestly, honest to goodness, I have this on my computer. I can cut it again. This paper trick actually worked fantastic. So if you are on a budget and you want to go pick up this free cut file, please be my guest. From Fred, she said. Great customer service. I emailed her because I was having trouble downloading her other files. She responded like within 10 minutes. It was incredible. So highly recommend that customer service. She also has digital stamp products that you can convert into cut files like I did last month with that Santa in the chimney. You can absolutely do that. I am just trying to clean my brush off here. I don't know if you can, just by going back and forth, trying to get some of that ink off, because I store all of my brushes together. I don't really want this ink getting everywhere else. I could probably just as easily go over to my sink and wash it, but you know, that's not how I'm doing it. Okay, so I've got my candy canes. I'm hoping this works. I hope this works. I'm thinking I am going to use my ruler. Oh, do I do it? I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know. I just feel like it needs a line around it and maybe in between. And I don't think a T-square ruler is going to work because I did not T-square it up. So I think I'm going to have to use my normal ruler. My nervousness about this is if I screw this up, which I really don't want to, it'll kind of mess with the whole design. But we're going to do it. Learn from my mistakes. Do as I say, not as I do. Right? I'm going to use permanent marker because that is a thick black line. Okay, so far so good. So I might have jumped ahead just a smidge. I finished doing my outlining with my T-square ruler and my permanent marker to make this more look like a patterned piece of paper. And I also outlined in a black marker as well. Part of my challenge for Scrap a Sketch is to use 5 ingredients on this specific sketch by January 31st. And I'm choosing stamping, 4 patterned papers, doodling, snowflakes, metallics, and stenciling. So I got 4 patterned papers here, and I literally just went through my scraps to try to find something. The only piece that wasn't a scrap was this pink, and clearly I cut it down so that there's more scraps later on in life. So let's talk embellishing. I went ahead and did 3 clusters. We've got our first cluster up in the upper left-hand corner. It's going to be super simple. I'm using the ephemera from Spellbinders, I believe. I don't remember what collection it is, but we're going to go ahead and use all this fun, cutesy stuff that represents decorating for the holidays, which is definitely something that they did way too early, in my opinion. September, like really? September? Good grief. What's hilarious is that my son's shirt says good grief, so I'm totally playing off that. And that's going to be my title. It is on wax paper, and these are old chipboard letters. So I will have to adhere with glue each one of those letters, and that's fine. You know, I'd rather have my page be sturdy than it fall apart in the page, and then I'd have to go back in, take it out of the page protector, glue it, figure out where it goes, all those fun things. So I'm gonna definitely adhere that with glue so it doesn't move. So good grief is gonna be my title. My second cluster is gonna land right here, and I'm gonna use these pieces to kind of build up. I'm going to cover this part because all I want to do is see this dark blue. It is a beautiful color. And then I'm going to cover up the words with my paper and then also with my embellishments. So you can see how I'm doing that. Oops, I turned that upside down. This little stamp I'm putting in there because there actually is a letters to Santa box in this picture, so I feel like the stamp is appropriate. And then I'm going to plop this guy right here because snowflakes is one of those challenge items. And a surprise. So this little cluster right here is going to read Merry Surprise, which I think is super cute. Look at italics in every cluster, right? And then I'm going to go down here. And this corner is like the perfect place for a cluster. So I'm going to start with this pink tree. Very cute. And I feel like I can get pink on this layout because of my title, Good Grief. And I've used papers in the background that have pink. Now the pinks don't match. Whoops. I mean, I feel like there's just so much going on in this layout already that I don't really care if the pinks match or not. Not gonna lie. I don't know that you really would have noticed if I hadn't pointed it out. So we're just gonna pretend I didn't point it out, okay? Okay. And I'm just bringing in this house to add another kind of point, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to cover right here with fa la 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 la. Bring this letter down just a smidge, because I kind of want this to look like it's on a shelf. An invisible shelf, but a shelf still. And I want that Dear Santa. And I'll stick this guy right here, this other snowflake. So that's my page. It's very simple. I mean, the most work that it took me on this page was the stenciling, which you kind of saw. And then figuring out these papers, these 5 papers. I really struggle when I don't have actual scraps that I have to actually cut this down. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I winged it, and I think it turned out okay. It's documenting about the fact that September is a ridiculous time to set out Christmas supplies. My journaling on here is probably going to land up in this cluster somewhere so I can get that dark blue. And how I'll get that dark blue is just use a felt flare tip medium marker, and I'll get that blue right up in this corner with my journaling. So at the end of the video, there's going to be some close-ups. If you want to check that out, please be my guest. That's why it's there, so you can see how things ended up landing, because you know, you go to glue and it never lands in the same spot. Please check out Paper Funday Challenge blog for their contest this month. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.